What's up everyone, welcome back to BlackTideTV. Today I've got some Battlefield 4 gameplay for you, and we're going to talk a bit about how I'm branching my channel out, and then we're going to talk a lot about Battlefield 4 and just what is great about it. What would get you guys interested in it, what would get you guys interested in watching the videos that I'm making about it, because I know a lot of you guys are Call of Duty gamers, and there's nothing wrong with being a Call of Duty gamer. I know there's a huge fan base for Call of Duty and Call of Duty videos, and I know that there's a lot of gamers out there that go and they buy a system and then they just buy Call of Duty and that's all they play. And I respect that. That's cool. I used to be like that, but in my life, I kind of want to do something different. I want to get away from Call of Duty. There's so many Call of Duty YouTubers out there, and I feel like it's really taken up. That part of YouTube is just strictly Call of Duty videos, and I want to get some variety going on my channel so you guys can keep coming back and finding new stuff every time you're coming back, and maybe I'm getting you guys interested in different games or different, you know, kind of things like that. So I know, like I said, I know there's lots of people that just play Call of Duty, and that's cool, and I hope I don't lose you guys as subscribers by doing some different stuff, but that's just the way of life. I want to get out and do some different stuff. I know it's important when you're doing YouTube, when you're just starting out, to actually just focus on one game or something to keep you guys coming back for more, because you'll know what I'm bringing to the table every time. But that it just doesn't seem like a thing I want to do. What I really want to do is play the games that I want to play, and I think I can make a good, colorful commentary on them no matter what I'm playing. I think I can keep you guys entertained, and I think that it's really important to give some variety on my channel, because a lot of channels they're just focused on one thing, and I don't want to be one of those channels. I want to do all kinds of stuff on my channel. So today we're doing Battlefield 4. I just want to give Battlefield 4 a lot of praise in the rest of this video, just because it is a really solid game, and I think that a lot of you guys would really like to play it. Like, or if you guys have never even touched Battlefield, like, it's a very fun game. It's very different from Call of Duty in a lot of ways, and then it's similar in some ways. So I'm gonna be comparing it to Call of Duty a lot, because I know a lot of my subscribers are Call of Duty fans, because most of my videos are Call of Duty. So when I'm comparing everything to Call of Duty, don't freak out. It's all good. It's similar, and then it's different in some ways, and those differences are kind of good. I like Battlefield a lot. I stopped playing it for a while, and I got Advanced Warfare, and I've been making lots of Advanced Warfare videos, but I got back into Battlefield, and it's rocking my world right now, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I really like Battlefield, and it's something very different, and it's a new taste to be playing. So let's talk a bit about Battlefield. In this gameplay, I'm playing Small Conquest on Flood Zone. Conquest is the main what is called game mode. Conquest is the main game mode of Battlefield. Like, it's the original game mode. Conquest is like a big game of domination, except like it's usually about 5 objectives in the game. And what's so cool about it is that the actual points are so huge. Like, one point is not a circle on the ground where you lie down and you're taking up the whole circle. Not like in Call of Duty. It's a point can be an entire apartment complex. So when you're standing in there and you're trying to capture it, and then suddenly the capture bar stops moving, and you're like, oh shit, there's an enemy here. I can't capture it until I kill this enemy. And then you look around and you're like, this enemy is hiding somewhere in this huge apartment complex. Like, sometimes the points on Conquest are as big as an entire Call of Duty map. It's ridiculous how big the size of Battlefield is. It's unreal, and that's one of the things that it really has going for it. Furthering on in the size factor is that it's got 32 player games. It's really crazy. I think Conquest is actually 64, but it's unreal. The size and of the maps, the size of the teams, it's all really crazy how big it is. I know a lot of Call of Duty people don't like big maps, but then there's some people like me. even when I started in Call of Duty way back when, big maps have always been my favorite. I don't know why. A lot of people give me a lot of shit for it, but I really just like big maps. I don't know. It's probably because I like flanking routes and getting behind the enemy and sneaking around and getting into a strategic position, not just run down this lane and shoot at that guy and he's gonna shoot at you, and whoever wins runs further and then shoots the next guy in the lane. Like, I found that some of the Call of Duty games have been like that. Some of them there's been bigger maps where there's more flanking routes and stuff. And that's basically what Battlefield is. It's a huge map, no matter what map you're playing on. And there's always a ton of flank routes and different strategic points and stuff. And it really makes a more interesting game. Moving on, kind of relating to the size factor of how big the maps are and how big the teams are. There's another thing that has a lot of size in Battlefield, and that's your options. Unlike Call of Duty, I find Advanced Warfare is kind of getting with it a bit, but not exactly. Basically, weapons. Call of Duty you don't get a lot of weapons in it. It might seem like there's a lot of weapons when you're trying to unlock them the first time, but then when you get started and go through prestiges, you notice that there's not that many weapons. Battlefield does not have this issue. Battlefield, there's like 8 weapons in each category, and there's like I don't know, I wouldn't say 15, but there's a lot of categories. There's assault rifles, there's light machine guns, there's personal defense weapons, there's handguns, there's carbines and shotguns and sniper rifles. Like, there's almost 10 categories, I think, and in each of those there's probably about 8 or 10 guns in each of those categories, and they're all different. A lot of them are very similar, but they're all very different. And some of them you earn your way through some of them, and then some of them you have to do a special thing to unlock them, and that's really cool. I like unlocking my guns. I like having to go through that list of weapons to get to the best weapon. Then you get the final one, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a god now. And Battlefield's kind of like that. It's kind of like you need to go through that list of guns, but then once you start playing with all the guns and unlocking different attachments for them and stuff, you can really use any gun in that list and still have just as much advantage as the guy that has the top gun. See, it's very diverse game. There's a lot of options, and it's a bit different from Call of Duty, where Call of Duty you can just pick whatever and just do this. This one, there's classes. You got to pick like your engineer or your assault class, and that gives you even more options, and it's really kind of cool. You can use your assault class and be a combat medic, or you can be a grenadier and run around and shoot grenades at people with a noob tube and stuff. The engineer, which is what I'm playing with right now, you have the option to take rocket launchers or mines or like all kinds of stuff like that. So, or a blowtorch. Like, you can repair vehicles and you can destroy vehicles with the engineer class. There's the recon class, which is your sniper rifles, and it's just, there's all these different kinds of options that you can choose. Like, you can be a certain character. It's just like how in Elder Scrolls you can choose to be a certain way. Same thing as on Battlefield 4. You can pick your character and completely customize each and everything so that you're the perfect person for what you want to be. And you can even fulfill a role. You can just be the guy that sneaks in the shadows and spots enemies coming towards you, or you can be the hero and run up and shoot everybody and try and get the best amount of kills. That's kind of what I'm going into next, is that you don't have to get a lot of kills to do really good in this game. It's not a combat heavy game. I mean, yeah, it's a first-person shooter, so of course it's got combat in it, but it's not like whoever gets the most kills wins. It's like, play the objective. It's one of those things. If you're one of those people that play Call of Duty and you get mad when nobody's playing the objective, go into Battlefield. Battlefield is objective based, like completely objective oriented. Not a lot of people just run around and go for kills, and it's actually kind of hard to run around and go for kills, because unless you're on an objective and trying to defend it or work it or whatever you're doing, you're not going to find a lot of enemies because the maps are so huge. People just focus on objectives and stuff, and that's kind of what makes it really dynamic. Is that it kind of feels like a real war, you're in real warfare, because you have to kind of find your way to an objective. You have to listen to your leader and your team. If you have a not, you have to listen to the leader in your squad, and then if you have a leader for your entire team, you have to kind of listen to him. If you really want to work with your team and be a whole unit. And that's kind of what Battlefield's all about. It's about teamwork. It's about doing the objective, and it's a lot of fun when you're actually doing that. It makes you feel like you're in real combat. And it's definitely a different twist on the first-person shooter genre, because right now a lot of the first-person shooters are getting into weird kind of fantasy stuff and sci-fi stuff, and in the future, whereas Battlefield is like, no, it's like nitty, it's gritty, it's in the present tense, it's real life kind of combat simulation. It's more like that than it is an arcade shooter like Call of Duty. So it's definitely a really cool, different kind of, it's a fresh drink of water in the first-person shooter franchise because of those reasons. I really like Battlefield 4. I hope you guys check it out. It's so much fun once you get used to it. When you first start playing, you're like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. There's so much going on. There's vehicles driving around in every map, and there's points that are miles away from each other, and you have to kind of find your way. You'll be walking out in the middle of nowhere, and you'll just get sniped, and it'll show you the guy that killed you, and he's on the other side of the map, and you're like, what? How did that guy get me? Because it's ridiculously hard to snipe, and it's like really kind of cool when you're playing it. When you first switch over, it seems really hectic, and you might hate it, but play it for like a week, and you fall in love with this game, because it's like you gotta figure out the best way to play, and you gotta know what you're doing at all times, and what the objective is and stuff. It's very objective oriented, like I said, and it's really about teamwork and trying to work the objectives and play the game. And it's really like realistic combat strategy kind of game. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of different from Call of Duty, and I really enjoy it. I'm going to be making more videos about it. We're going to talk about a bit about the weapons in the future. We're going to talk a bit about maybe some best tactics to do stuff. I still have to make a new sniping video because my last one got really screwed up. We're not going to talk about that, but soon we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff like that, and hopefully you guys will stay with me. If you're die-hard Call of Duty and you're like, no, Battlefield is the Antichrist, well then you guys can leave. But if you're cool, if you're chill, stay on this channel. We'll have more Call of Duty videos coming out soon, but for the time being, we're looking at Battlefield for a couple videos in the future. Actually, when I was recording this, it's kind of funny. I'll tell you a little story right now. When I was recording this, I'm finding more and more things about the Elgato that I don't like as I'm using it. Basically, when I recorded this one, this was my first game on. I recorded it and I was like, oh my god, I did amazing in that game. And I hit it and I started it processing. Then I got my next gameplay and I used a sniper rifle, and it was the best sniper gameplay of my life. I shit you not, I was doing amazing. I freaking quick scope people and everything, and I was just, my mind was melted. Tried to record it, and because this one was processing at the same time and my computer was doing something else, it basically put like glitchy things all through my sniping gameplay. So it was like, it would show me a bit and then it would glitch out, and then it would show me a bit and then it would glitch out, and I was like, no, you ruined my best sniper gameplay of all time. So now I've got to go back and I've got to get a new sniper gameplay just for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. And then actually after that, I had an awesome assault gameplay too, so it kind of pooped me out that I couldn't record all these games while this one was producing itself. So that's kind of shitty, but we'll work on that. We'll get another awesome sniper game for you guys, and another assault game, because I want to talk about the assault rifles a bit, and yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned, like I said, for more Battlefield. And if you guys are die-hard Call of Duty, there will be Call of Duty again in the future. Black Ops 3 is coming out, and look for some content on that when that comes out. But hopefully we'll get back to Advanced Warfare before that time hits us. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on my next video.